Hempstead, first of all. Where's my head? Okay, I got 2 daughters in Hempstead. I want to know if you guys know them. I want to find out if they're how they are in school later on. So. There was an actual fire, or are you messing around?
There was an actual fire.
Okay. Just put it out?
More or less.
More or less? Okay. Was it scary?
Kind of.
Okay. All right. First of all, if you have questions while I'm talking, just raise your hand, and this isn't real formal, so we'll go, answer them as you ask them. With fire extinguishers, the first thing I always want to tell you, it's fire extinguishers, or if you're certified in first aid or CPR or anything like that, if you come upon a situation where you could have used a fire extinguisher and you freeze and you can't do it, don't feel bad about it, okay? Same as if you were certified in CPR and somebody happens to go in cardiac arrest in front of you and you just can't do it because, it's a lot different when you're practicing than it is when the real life thing happens. Don't ever feel bad about that, all right? You guys aren't trained to do that. You don't see it every day. Our job, that's what we do. I've been doing this for 20 years. So, my brain's just trained to do it. So, but we never want you guys to feel bad about it, okay? If you try to do something and you're uncomfortable, you can get hurt too. And we don't ever want to see that happen. So, first of all, we're going to talk about, there's 5 types of fires, all right? There's Class A fires. Does anybody know the 5 types? If you do, you're going to get bonus points. All right. You know them? No. It's flammable liquid. So, you're filling up your car at the gas station and all of a sudden it goes up in flames. The gas is on fire. Or you're cooking, and the grease starts on fire. That's a Class B fire. Class C fires, those are going to be your electrical, okay? So an outlet's on fire in your classroom, an extension cord starts on fire, something like that. Those 3 fires that we're talking about today, the fire extinguisher that I have will put all 3 of those fires out, okay? Those are the same. Turn that off, it's bothering my ears. The fire extinguishers that are in your school, the fire extinguishers that are in any of the public buildings in the city, the mall, your churches, any want you to pull that fire alarm. Everybody sees those little red things that say pull, and everybody's like, I just want to pull it once. But if there is a fire, pull that thing. It's going to alert everybody in the building that there is something going on, okay? It would really suck if something happened and some people got hurt bad or died, and they could have, because they didn't know there was a fire going on, and all they had to do was pull that little lever right there. So if you ever come upon that, we want you to call 911 or have somebody call 911. We want you to pull that alarm. And those alarms are not just in schools. They're in all kinds of buildings. They're all over the city. So, pull that. You're never going to get in trouble for it, okay? If you did it with good intent. I promise you that. And then we want you to find your nearest fire extinguisher. The code says that there has to be a fire extinguisher in the building every 75 feet of travel, okay? So if you go into your high school, you'll find a fire extinguisher about every 75 feet. That direction or that direction or that direction, okay? So it should be everywhere. These have to get inspected once a year, okay? So there's an outside company that comes in and they take them all apart. They make sure that they're full. They check the powder inside, and then they put a new tag on it that's got a new year on it, okay? So the tag's out there right now. Obviously, most of them should say 2019. So they should always be working. Now, does anybody know how to use one of these? There's it's 4 letters. Come on, you guys are the robotics team. Come on. I couldn't build a robot. No. All right? I can tell you that much. I'm going to try. I could squeeze it and the stuff would come out, okay? So the P is pull. If you don't pull this pin, nothing's going to happen. You can pull this, you can try to do this all day long, and nothing's going to happen, all right? So we're going to pull the pin, and then do you know what our A is? No. Well, you're honest. So our A is going to be aim, okay? We have to aim at what's on fire, all right? So if my cone down there is on fire, I probably want to aim at that, right? Because if I don't, there's a problem. Here's the other thing. Well, let's say that this cone is my fire. I can spray this on that all day long up here, and it'll go out, and as soon as I stop, the fire will start again. What's burning is all the stuff that's down here, okay? That's the wood, that's the papers, that's the electrical box that's on fire. What's that? Yes. So we want to aim at the base of the fire. That's all this stuff down here, okay? We want to squeeze this handle, okay? And that's what will make the stuff come out, all right? And then our last S, our second S, is going to be sweep, all right? And that means that we want to go back and forth, okay? So if I just aim it at this little bit of the fire burning, I'll put that part out. That means everything over here is going to keep burning, right? And it's going to keep spreading. So what's the P? Pull. What's the A?
Aim.
First S?
Squeeze.
Second S?
Sweep.
Perfect. You guys got it. And then you'll pass the test and we're all good to go. What we see a lot is people think they have to be right up on top of the fire, okay, to put it out. Okay, what's a couple bad things with that? First of all, breathing those gases, right? And there's a lot of bad stuff in there. There's carbon monoxide, there's stuff that you can't even pronounce in here that's going to cause cancers and everything else. What's the other thing? I'm standing right on top of the fire, right? I'm going to get burnt. I've been burnt. It hurts a lot. It takes a long time to heal. So you don't want to do that. Stand 5-6 feet apart behind from the fire. Some you can stand. This one I could probably stand 7 or 8 feet, and I can still hit it no problem. If you start discharging this thing and it's not quite reaching it, then you can move up a little bit, okay? But move up to where it's hitting it. I think I'm pretty good here. I'm still going to feel a little bit of heat, but I should be able to put it out. The other thing is you never want the fire to get between you and your exit, okay? So if that bus sign right there is my only, I'm in a room, picture that, and that's my only door to get out of this room, and this fire is right here. I may not use this fire extinguisher. If I don't put that fire out, what's going to happen? I'm probably going to be a real hot time in that room, isn't it? I may not use this fire extinguisher to put the fire out. I may use this fire extinguisher just to kind of knock the fire down, just enough that I can kind of work my way around, all right? Just enough to knock those flames down so I get to my exit, to my door, and I can walk out. Pull the door behind me, and let the firefighters let us come and do what we have to do. If there's a fire inside the room and you think you can put it out, we prefer you to stand inside the doorway. Don't go all the way in the room. Kind of stand in the doorway and put it out, or try to. So that way, if something happens, you're in the doorway and you can just back out and shut the door. It's always important that you guys shut the doors, okay? I practice this to preach this at my house. Every door in my house is shut. All my kids, we have 4 kids, every one of their bedrooms is shut. We keep our closets shut, we keep our bathroom doors shut, every door shut. The reason that is because those doors, those bedroom doors, will keep a lot of fire and heat out for a very long time, okay? I said that my job as an investigator, I can go to a house fire where the fire was on the other side of the room in the kitchen, and they had all the doors and everything open in their house. And when I come in, I can walk into a bedroom where the door was open, that was at the other side of the house, and that bedroom will be inhabitable. It was burned up, it was covered in smoke and heat and everything else, all right? I come into a house where the fire was all the way on the other side of the house, all the doors are closed, I can walk into any bedroom, open up the door, and that person could sleep in that bedroom right now, because the door kept all the heat and smoke out, all right? So that's why, first of all, sleep with your bedroom doors shut doors and stuff like that. And if you ever have a fire and it's getting out of control and you can't put it out, shut that door behind you when you leave, okay? It will keep that fire in there a lot longer. Anybody have any questions on all that? I know I covered a lot of stuff. Nothing? back on in a building or something, and it will start that fire right back up. Because that's the thing that fire likes, is oxygen. So if it gets a little bit of oxygen again, that fire will start right back up. If you have your back turned towards it, you may not notice it, and it can start burning very quietly, okay? So always when you put it out, back away slowly, or if you can't put it out, again, back away so you're always watching that fire.